Welcome. We bring you Japan's latest news every day. AI sums up what matters, so you can stay informed in English in just a few minutes. If you find it helpful, please like and subscribe. Elementary school in Tokyo's Toshima ward conducts evacuation drill using rescue slides following fire at school in nearby Keigo ward. Following a fire that occurred last month at an elementary school in Tokyo's Keigo ward, schools in Toshima ward have begun conducting evacuation drills using rescue slides. During the training, faculty members confirmed evacuation procedures using rescue slides from the third floor of the school building. The fire at Takinagawa 3rd Elementary School in Keigo ward forced students and staff to evacuate, prompting schools across the area to urgently strengthen their safety measures. Through this drill, faculty members were able to review emergency response procedures and prepare to ensure student safety. Under the guidance of the fire department, staff also learned the proper methods and key points for using rescue slides. Schools plan to continue conducting regular evacuation drills going forward to build rapid response systems for emergency situations. Acclaimed author Keigo Higashino dead at 68, creator of Devotion of Suspect X and Twilight. Keigo Higashino, a Naoki Prize-winning author, passed away on the 23rd of this month from colorectal cancer. He was 68 years old. Higashino was known for numerous best-selling novels including Devotion of Suspect X and Twilight, and was regarded as one of Japan's most representative writers. Devotion of Suspect X was adapted into a film that became a major box office success, and his works have been adapted into various visual media formats, beloved by audiences across generations. Following the news of Higashino's passing, voices of mourning have emerged from Japan's cultural community as tributes to the author who spent many years engaging in creative work and bringing emotion and excitement to countless readers. Fukuoka Prefectural Assembly Scandal. Voice recording, highly likely to be former Vice Speaker Nakao. There is a new development in the money for position scandal involving the Speaker and Vice Speaker posts at the Fukuoka Prefectural Assembly. Assemblyman Yoshimatsu Motoaki held a press conference and released audio recordings that he says captured a demand for cash from a senior member of the Liberal Democratic Party's Prefectural Assembly caucus. Voice analysis has revealed that the audio is highly likely to be that of former Vice Speaker Nakao Masayuki. The scandal centers on allegations of monetary exchanges related to the Assembly's Speaker and Vice Speaker elections, and has significantly shaken public confidence in the Prefectural Assembly. The Prefectural Police are continuing their investigation, and developments in the case are being closely watched. Asuka Village Office celebrates World Heritage Designation with banner display the morning after. The Asuka and Fujiwara Palace Sites, an archaeological site group from Japan's Asuka period in Nara Prefecture, has been inscribed as a UNESCO World Cultural Heritage Site. Following this designation, Asuka Village, which is home to numerous related archaeological sites, displayed celebratory banners throughout its municipal office on the morning of the 27th. Village staff gathered together to commemorate this prestigious recognition. The Asuka and Fujiwara Palace sites represent an important group of archaeological ruins symbolizing Japan's ancient history. With this World Heritage designation, the cultural value of the region has now been recognized on a global scale. For Asuka Village, this inscription represents a major opportunity for regional revitalization and tourism promotion. Going forward, it is expected that increasing numbers of visitors will come to experience these precious heritage sites. Document discovered showing how Hideyoshi lavishly entertained Mouri clan generals who submitted. A document has been discovered detailing how Toyotomi Hideyoshi, who established his power as successor to Oda Nobunaga during the Sengoku period, entertained the generals of the Mouri clan at Osaka Castle after accepting their surrender. According to records from the Mouri side, the generals who expressed their willingness to submit were treated to a grand banquet by Hideyoshi. The document contains detailed descriptions of the banquet, serving as valuable historical material for understanding Hideyoshi's diplomatic strategy in accepting former political enemies and the actual practices of hospitality in castles of that era. Experts point out that the document shows how carefully Hideyoshi treated the Mouri clan's generals, and say this is an important discovery for understanding the process of unification during the Sengoku period. Live coverage scheduled. Prime Minister Takamichi to hold press conference. The government announced that Prime Minister Takamichi will hold a press conference at the Prime Minister's official residence at 6 p.m. on the 27th. Following the Diet's adjournment on the 25th, Prime Minister Takamichi is expected to explain the government's policy direction going forward and key initiatives. The press conference will be live-streamed on the government's official channel and will be available for viewing. The Prime Minister's press conference following the Diet's adjournment is drawing attention as an important opportunity to understand the government's future policies. Consumption tax cut. Interim draft proposal fails to achieve consensus at officials' meeting. An interim draft proposal was presented at a cross-party, national conference, officials' meeting regarding a consumption tax reduction on food products. However, it has become clear that the participating parties have not reached agreement. Disagreements have emerged between the ruling and opposition parties over the scope of the tax cut and implementation methods, and the draft is expected to include multiple policy options in parallel, including support measures such as cash payments. Going forward, each party will continue discussions, but the presentation has highlighted the challenges in realizing a consumption tax reduction. Stock prices rise broadly as investors buy across wide range of stocks. In the Tokyo stock market on the 27th, crude oil futures prices fell on expectations that tensions over the Iran situation will ease. This has improved investor sentiment, leading to buy orders across a wide range of stocks. Expectations for improved management conditions at energy-related companies are also providing support, and the Nikkei average stock price is rising. Buying sentiment is dominant across numerous stocks, including major industries such as automobiles, electronics, and finance, and the market continues to show solid movement overall. Average rent for single-occupancy apartments in Tokyo's 23 wards exceeds 114,000 yen, continuing upward trend. Rising rents show no signs of stopping in Tokyo's 23-ward rental apartment market. According to a survey by a real estate information company, the average rent for single-occupancy apartments in June exceeded 114,000 yen, marking the 25th consecutive month of record highs. Typically, the peak moving season is spring, after which rents tend to stabilize. However, this time the market is moving in a different direction. Behind this trend is accelerating inflation. As construction material costs and energy expenses rise, landlords and property management companies are increasingly raising rents. Additionally, population continues to concentrate in central Tokyo due to expectations of economic recovery, creating a supply-demand balance that favors landlords. Experts point out that upward pressure on rents is likely to persist, leaving consumers searching for rental housing facing unavoidable increases in housing costs. Hot bananas in hot Maebashi. Today's business report, Monday, July 27th. Banana production is drawing attention in Maebashi City, Gunma Prefecture. Inside vinyl greenhouses throughout the city, bananas are being cultivated by taking advantage of the high-temperature environment, and locally produced bananas are gaining traction in the market. Producers have focused on the fact that Maebashi's hot climate is ideal for banana cultivation, positioning it as a new agricultural business venture. The freshly harvested bananas are being sold at local farmers markets and through online shops, with consumers responding very positively. As demand for domestically produced bananas continues to grow, Maebashi bananas are expected to serve as both a driver of regional economic vitalization and a model for innovative agriculture. 24-year-old ground self-defense force soldier arrested for intrusion at Chinese embassy also indicted on intimidation charges. Prosecutors indicted a 24-year-old ground self-defense force soldier on intimidation charges on the 27th, in addition to charges of breaking and entering. The soldier had been arrested for illegally entering the Chinese embassy building in Minato Ward, Tokyo while carrying a bladed weapon. According to prosecutors, the soldier broke into the embassy building with a knife in March of this year and allegedly intimidated staff members who were inside at the time. Prosecutors determined that both the charge of breaking and entering a building and the charge of intimidation were applicable, and decided to file additional charges. Details of the incident are expected to emerge through forthcoming court proceedings. Details: Russia's military invasion of Ukraine, developments as of July 27. We bring you the latest on the situation in Ukraine. As Russia's military offensive continues, fierce fighting is unfolding across Ukrainian territory. Combat operations between Russian and Ukrainian forces persist, centered in the eastern and southern regions, with the military situation changing daily. Meanwhile, the military invasion has forced many Ukrainian citizens to flee abroad. The influx of refugees to neighboring countries, including Poland and Romania, is increasing. The United Nations is accelerating efforts to expand humanitarian assistance. On the international front, the United States and European nations are strengthening military support to Ukraine while signaling a policy of imposing stricter economic sanctions against Russia. Diplomatic activities are also intensifying. It is essential to continue monitoring developments in this situation. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un pays tribute to war dead with daughter at Korean War Cemetery. According to North Korean state media, Kim Jong-un visited a cemetery where soldiers killed in the Korean War are buried and paid respects alongside his daughter on the 26th. The visit appears aimed at showing respect for the deceased ahead of the 73rd anniversary of the Korean War Armistice Agreement on the 27th. North Korea holds commemorative ceremonies honoring war dead around this time each year, and this visit is believed to be part of this year's nationwide tribute activities. Wildfires spread near Bordeaux in France with tens of thousands evacuated. Blaze expands to Valencia region in Spain. By Hugh Schofield, Paris correspondent, and Michael Shields McNamee, reporter. Over the past week, wildfires have raged across Europe, particularly in France and Spain, forcing more than 330,000 people to evacuate. In the southwestern French region near Bordeaux, tens of thousands have fled as firefighters struggle to contain the blaze. In Spain, a new wildfire front emerged near the coastal city of Valencia overnight into the 26th. France's Interior Minister Laurent Nunez said the situation near Bordeaux remains extremely difficult, with the wildfire spreading irregularly toward the city. However, authorities say evacuation of the city itself is unlikely. Overnight into the 26th, approximately 55,000 people evacuated from villages in the Gironde region, south of Bordeaux, which is famous for its vineyards. France has become one of the hardest-hit regions in the ongoing European wildfires. In the southwest, 42,000 hectares have burned in what is the largest forest fire since World War II. Since the start of this year, approximately 98,000 hectares have burned across all of France. Image credit: Lorena Sopina Lopez, Anadolu via Getty Images. Israeli settlers set fires in West Bank, damaging mosques and agricultural land. Palestinian authorities said on the 26th that Israeli settlers in the Israeli-occupied West Bank set fire to 2 mosques, as well as vehicles and farmland. The incidents come just 2 days after a shooting attack on the 24th that killed at least 4 Palestinians and 2 Israelis, with tensions continuing to rise in the region. According to Palestinian sources, Israeli settlers attacked 2 villages in the West Bank overnight. Vehicles were destroyed, household items were stolen, and hateful graffiti was sprayed on walls. Abdul Azim Wadi, the mayor of the village of Kusra, which was affected by the attacks, said settlers set fire to a mosque under construction and sprayed graffiti containing the word revenge on the mosque's wall. In response, the Israeli military announced it has deployed troops to Kusra and that police will conduct an investigation and gather evidence.